So we're finally going to get to see character development for Tsukishima. He is one of the characters, I think, in Haikyuu that is the least developed. And to finally see how he is going to be getting some form of development, I'm actually glad to see this. Because, let's really look at the facts here. Tsuki has been kind of, how can I put this in a light term? He's kind of been like fodder since Season 1. I mean, he hasn't really had much development. He's been a character that's been very uninteresting because he has no motivation. He seems like a character that doesn't really, like it was said in this episode, it doesn't seem like he wants to even play volleyball. His entire attitude, the way he acts, the way he doesn't want to take the extra effort to train, he seems like that type of person that doesn't even want to be in a club. Like, he's in a club just because it's mandatory by the school, and that is why he's even there. So to see that, he's been one of those characters that kind of been on the back burner for me since the very beginning, since the first season of Haikyuu. And to finally get to see him getting development is a very good move for the writer and the series in general, because now we're starting to get something done with his character. Because Tsuki, he needs to probably get some growth to where he can get some motivation, because that's probably where this arc with him is currently going on. Like, he needs to learn to be motivated, and he needs to get some form of passion for volleyball. And I can kind of sympathize with Tsuki in some ways, because if you have to join something, let's say, like, let's look at how Japan handles clubs. In Japan, some schools, it's mandatory you have to join clubs. You have to be a part of a club. So Tsuki most likely chose volleyball. Okay. So since he chose volleyball, he chose the club he would be least likely to dislike. So it would be volleyball. Now, I'm not saying that Tsuki hates volleyball, but I mean, if you're not really motivated or that passionate about it, and then you're forced to do like this training and stuff like they're doing, and then also having to take the extra effort of doing runs up a fucking hill and stuff, that's not going to help your motivation at all. Like, your motivational meter is just going to drop and plummet into the fucking dirt, like 6 feet under. That's kind of how it's going to be if you have no motivation at all to take the effort to train. And so to see how this was kind of built up throughout the episode, and how we get to see the side of him, how he doesn't really think he should train because he feels like he's inferior to Hinata, but also he has some form of dark past with whatever his older brother had to go through. From what I can assume his brother had to go through in the past was that his brother, at one point or time, he was in the exact same spot as currently what Tsuki is in right now. For instance, the Little Giant was a part of the group. Little Giant could be, symbolized as Hinata at this moment. So Hinata, or the Little Giant, let's just say Hinata is the Little Giant. Well, Hinata right now, he is causing the exact same thing that what happened to Tsuki's brother. For instance, his brother probably getting demotivated or feeling bad because he isn't superior or he is inferior to the Little Giant. So to see that, I could see where this development is going, and I could see why Tsuki feels this way. So I do hope he's able to overcome this and be able to grow as a person and also grow as a volleyball player. Because, I mean, he's an incredible player. I cannot knock Tsuki for that. He has shown time and time again he can read his opponent's moves, he can block, and he is a smart, intelligent individual. So, I know he can be a very good player if he actually was motivated to do it. So, I can't wait to see. Maybe Tsuki might move into one of my favorite character spots if he actually, goes through some really good development. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, because I've been hearing from a couple of Chibits for these past couple weeks that Tsuki is going to be getting his development finally, and I should like his character after we get it. So I'm looking forward to seeing how I exactly feel about him after all is said and done. Now, besides that, however, Yachi, I want to talk about Yachi real quick. In the middle of the episode, when you had the training and you had it where Kageyama and Hinata, and they noticed each other how much they have changed since the last time they played together, when you have it to where after the match was the middle of the night, and you see it to where Yachi's there like, oh, you want me to toss you some balls? And she was just pointing out, like, okay, that scene, that was sexual innuendos. Just sexual innuendos right there. Just, seriously, want me to hand you some balls? Just, Yachi, just fucking amazing. Just fucking amazing. Okay, so first half we get to see it to where Kageyama and Hinata, they notice and they key in on how much they have changed. You have it to where Kageyama realizes how much Hinata has changed as a player. Hinata realizes how much Kageyama's changed as a player. The thing is, right now, they're really trying to figure out their rhythm to where they can figure out if they can mesh together with their new move set, because right now they haven't really got to experience a real match with someone. That's kind of what they've been doing with these training matches, and right now they don't really know how to kind of have teamwork because they're used to their old habits, and with these new habits, it's going to throw the entire team off because they got to get used to the new patterns that their team members do. So I'm looking forward to also seeing how much improvements the team makes, because everybody's trying to make their own individual improvements, and the only person at the moment is Tsuki that's not trying to make improvements. But hopefully next week's episode we dive into that and we get to see him have his character development. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.